And then how to use respite of, ma'am?
Respite of or despite of?
No, in spite, despite, I heard this is respite.
Respite, I think it's same. Respite of is also same as despite of. 1 second. Respite, a short period of rest, or it's not respite of, Raji. It's simply respite, right?
Okay.
So respite is basically, it means like a short period of rest or relief from something difficult or unpleasant. The refugee campaigns will improve some respite from the suffering, will provide some respite from the suffering. So you can say, I got some respite from my illness when I started taking the medicines. Okay.
Respite, could you explain again, ma'am? Respite means?
I got some respite. So it means relief from my illness when I started taking the medicines. It is a noun. Okay.
Okay, respite. Okay, understood, ma'am.
Right.
And yes, ma'am, this expression, stand someone up.
To stand someone up, to make someone wait and not show up. आपने बोला कि हम मिलेंगे, but you don't meet with that person, you stand them up. So आप नहीं मिले and they were waiting for you for hours maybe. Okay.
Okay. So how to use, ma'am? I
stood
her up.
After hearing about her bad deeds, I stood her up.
Okay. So you are not meeting that person, or you are ignoring out of fear?
No, not ignoring. It has to be that you guys agreed upon a meeting कि हाँ इस दिन मिलेंगे या इस time पर मिलेंगे. And what happens is that person comes, but you do not show up. Okay.
Okay. Yesterday in movie, the context was there was a date, and the boy he didn't stand her up. Like he was fearing how to face that girl.
So he stood her up.
He stood her up. Yes, ma'am.
Right. Yes, correct, Raji. Absolutely correct. Yes,
so yes. It is also out of fear.
Yes, it
like
is.
He was there, but he did not meet due to fear.
No, it doesn't have to be out of fear always. It can be anything. Maybe the person is not interested. Okay. It can be anything.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. And next is, ma'am, incinerate. And let me check the spelling.
Incinerate.
Yes.
Incinerate, right? Let me check. So all the pro learners, guys, join. We will start. Incinerate means destroy by burning. Waste packaging is to be incinerated rather than buried in landfills. Okay, it's a verb.
Okay. Verb, yeah, destroy. Okay, ma'am. Incinerate.
Destroyed using burning. They incinerated the evidence.
Okay, and ma'am, what is telepathic conversation?
Telepathic conversation basically means when you are not talking to the person and the person understands you without speaking, without communicating via any means, written or spoken, any means. Dimag se dimag. Okay.
Ma'am, is there any conversation like that, telepathy?
No, of course not. It's a science fiction concept, right? That telepathy exists. But sometimes we say their bond is so strong that they converse or they communicate telepathically. Usually spoken for twins. You will see for twins, it is used a lot.
Okay, without uttering any words, if someone understands your feeling, anything.
Yes. It's like telepathy. We say sometimes. Okay.
Or, ma'am, can we use for the person who talks to himself or who talks to any toys?
No, not to yourself. That will be introspection. Okay. If you're talking to yourself, that is different. If you're talking to someone else without using any kind of communicative means, then it is telepathy. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Understood, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Most welcome, Raji. Chaliye. So I can see few people have joined. We will just slide into the topic a little bit and others can join in the meantime, right? So actually we will be continuing with subject verb agreement. मैंने खोद कर कुछ और rules निकाले हैं which are very important. So let's look at them and let's try and solve a few questions after we complete it. Okay. So just give me 1 second, guys. Let me just one more. So do you guys have any questions from the previous classes on subject verb agreement? No questions? Okay, nice.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, how can I get all the text that you showed us, or can I download from anywhere? No.
Okay, I can 1 second. जितना भी रूल नंबर 12 तक था शैलेंद्र, ये मैंने एक साइट से लिया है. ओके, साइट का पर पूरा नहीं है उसमें, मतलब इसमें मैंने भी कुछ कुछ ऐड किया है. सो 1 सेकेंड.
At least I want to know the rules. That these are the rules.
You see, Shailendra, this is the problem. I cannot send notes. If I could, I would have definitely sent you all the notes.
Can you upload these documents on Google Drive?
No, not really. I am not allowed to like communicate with you guys outside the app. You know, it's not really allowed.
You just download, upload it on Google Drive, and there we will download the material.
Like how will that happen? I will have to ask my team lead once. Okay, about this, if it is allowed. I'll just ask her once if it is allowed to upload my notes on Google Drive and then send it to you guys. If she says it's fine, then I'll definitely do it. And if not, then also I'll ask once, like I'll tell them once that I really want to share the notes. The students are also asking for it. Is there any means by which I can share my notes? Because you have seen, I've got like a huge pile of notes on all the rules and everything that I've taught from starting from nouns. Okay.
Ma'am, there is one more suggestion.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Abhay. Yes.
If there was a website of Hello English, then you would upload all the materials on that website.
I could, you know, it would be really great if you guys, like the students, also mail once. We want the notes that are being shared in the class, and it would be really great if we could get it from any place. Like, kuch bhi karke, if we can get the notes, it would be really great. So you can maybe mail once as well. I'll definitely talk from my side, but you guys can also talk once. Okay. In the meantime, guys, don't worry. 1 से 12 तक जितने rules है, मैंने एक साइट से लिया है. मैं आपको अभी बता देती हूँ. Subject.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning. Who is this?
This is Gautam here, ma'am.
Gautam. Good morning. How are you? Long time, right, Gautam?
Yeah, ma'am. I have come in India. These days, too much marriage parties joined.
Okay, yes. It was a season, right? Wedding ka season chal raha tha. Everyone was getting married, right?
Even today I also have attended 2 marriages.
Very nice, Gautam. अच्छा, like you're getting nice food. मेरा तो मतलब wedding में सुनती हूँ, I directly go to food. क्या खाना बन रहा है, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Really good to hear from you. Yes, Reena, I can see your hand is up. Do you have
Hello, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, Abhay. How are you?
Yes, ma'am. I am good, ma'am.
Great. Chaliye, nice. So we will start. Okay, guys. Thoda sa, just to clarify where I got this note from. If you go and search, yes, Reena, do you have a question?
Yes, ma'am, I have a question. Actually, sometimes I say that when my English is bad and say that, then I want to say that अच्छा ऐसा तो होता है. How to translate it in English?
अच्छा ऐसा तो होता है, like अगर किसी
के साथ होता है ऐसे it happens, ये सब तो बोलते ही हैं, But
Yes, you can say it's natural. You can say it's natural. You can say it happens all the time. Okay.
okay, ma'am. It happens.
Yes, it happens all the time, you can say. Okay. So answering Shailendra's questions, and others might have this question as well. अगर आप गूगल पे जाकर सर्च करेंगे सब्जेक्ट वर्ब अग्रीमेंट रूल्स, जो फर्स्ट लिंक आता है वही आता है academicguides.com का. ओके, वो जो साइट है उसी से मैंने 1 से लेकर 12 तक के रूल्स लिए हैं. ऑलराइट शैलेंद्र?
यस मैम, यस.
1 से लेकर 12 तक के रूल्स वहां पे मिल जाएंगे. बट ये जो थोड़े बहुत मैंने स्लाइड्स वगैरह लाइक टेबल्स वगैरह बनाए हैं, थोड़े एक्स्ट्रा जो जोड़े वगैरह है, ये आपको नहीं मिलेंगे. दीज आर थिंग्स दैट आई एडेड. एंड आफ्टर 12 जितने रूल्स है दैट आई हैव लाइक वो बहुत खुद कर निकाला है. सो दैट यू वोंट गेट ईदर. ओके, सो टेक स्क्रीनशॉट्स जब तक आपको नोट्स नहीं मिलता है. As many as you want. I always try and show it twice or thrice. Okay.
Yeah. And ma'am, please ask for permission
I
for
will
this Google
definitely
Drive.
do that. I'll do it today itself. Okay. I'll definitely do that. I always try कि आप लोगों को जितना मदद मिल सके, like I try my best.
और ma'am, there we have Hello English app, and ma'am, ask them to add one option
Website.
to upload your documents or whatever is the
That would
post
be really good. That would be, but
Yeah.
you understand, Shailendra, that it's not a like a small thing. It is a huge thing that would have to like go through the entire, like I don't know, process, and then they would have to add it. That too is a huge thing, right? But yes, I definitely agree with you. Notes upload करने का एक जगह होना चाहिए जहाँ पर students को notes दे सके.
Just like ma'am, there is a video gallery of all your lectures. There should be
Previous videos, yes.
Yeah, there should be a option or a folder to upload all your materials. From there, any student can download.
Right. Okay, definitely. I'll talk to them once. I'll definitely talk to them once and see if we can do something about it. Okay.
Sure.
You guys can also mail. That really helps because students are important, right? Chaliye. Okay, so as we were discussing, let's come back to the topic. Let's continue with it. We were discussing subject verb agreement, right? और 12 rules हमने अभी तक देखे हैं. I hope these 12 rules are clear. अगर आप चाहें तो you guys can go to that site and सारे के सारे rules आपको वहां पे भी मिल जाएंगे. वही लिए हुए हैं और कुछ नहीं है. Okay, जो 13th rule से start हो रहा है, these are things that I just like कल से बैठकर I got hold of these things. Okay. So
Ma'am, can you please reshare your screen?
Sure, definitely. Visible, Z?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning, Reena.
Ma'am,
We are
how
doing
are you?
subject verb agreement. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. चलिए. So, rule number 13. क्या बोला जा रहा है? When the subject of a sentence is an adjective which starts with the verb will always be singular. Right? Sorry, the verb will always be plural in that situation. So, क्या बोला क्या जा रहा है? देखिए, हमने इस बारे में बात किया है कि कभी-कभी एडजेक्टिव्स नाउन का काम करते हैं when they are representing the entire class. ये हमने ऑलरेडी 2 बार डिस्कस किया है. एक बार जब हम नाउन्स डिस्कस कर रहे थे, दूसरी बार जब हम आर्टिकल्स डिस्कस कर रहे थे, राइट? द पुअर, अ पुअर पर्सन. सो डिफरेंस है. सो व्हेन an adjective is representing a class of people, an entire group of people who have the same characteristics, then that adjective becomes a noun. For example, when I say the honest suffered the most, the honest suffered the most, इसमें क्या हो रहा है? The honest का मतलब हो रहा है कि the honest people, so all the honest people in the world. So when we are using honest, poor, any kind of adjective in this sense, right? Mean, greedy, जो भी है, एडजेक्टिव को इस तरीके से नाउन की तरह सब्जेक्ट बनाकर यूज किया जा रहा है, द लगाकर, तो फिर उसको हम प्लूरल की तरह ट्रीट करेंगे. उसके साथ जो वर्ब लगेगा हमारा वो प्लूरल होगा. Okay, this is the rule. Look at the examples. The honest suffer the most. Suffer is a plural verb. The poor are always oppressed. Again, plural. क्यों? क्योंकि the poor मतलब सारे के सारे poor people, the poor people in the world, all the entire class of poor people. Okay, the greedy are the burden of the society. Okay, again, the greedy मतलब सारे के सारे greedy people. Yes, Shweta, do you have a question? बताइए.
Ma'am, what does mean of oppressed?
Oppressed, किसी को दबाना, किसी को suppress करना, किसी को dominate करना, उसको oppression बोला जाता है. Okay, Shweta?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So, I hope this rule is clear. Number 13, guys.
Ma'am, so we generally use adjective like the sweet is always the sweet are always loved by everyone.
Absolutely. The kind are
Okay.
always loved by everyone, right?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. You can also say the sweet people. It will become are automatically. So you understand, right? People nahi laga rahe, sirf adjective ko subject ki tarah treat kar rahe. When we are using the adjective as a subject, as a noun, along with the, we are using plural verbs. It is being treated as plural subject. Okay? Absolutely correct, Raji. So I hope this is clear, guys.
The richest person are always on the top.
The rich are always on the top. Richest nahi bol sakte. Richest person bol denge. We are talking about a person, one person. Okay, Reena.
Okay. The rich.
The rich are always on the top. The rich are always exploiting. Okay, anything you want to say. Then वहां पे आ आएगा क्योंकि the rich मतलब सारे के सारे rich people. Okay, the entire class of rich people.
Okay, ma'am.
And like this, the oligarchs are sanctioned by the Western countries.
I did not get you. Can you repeat it?
The oligarch are sanctioned by the Western countries.
The holy
Oligarchs, the oligarch is a new word that has been in news since the Ukrainian war was started.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Oligarch, O-L-I.
One second. Tell me the spelling. H-O?
No, not H. O-O.
O-L-I?
G-A-R-C-H-Y.
Oligarchy. Okay, oligarchy. I don't know about this. What is this?
Oligarchs. G-H-S. Oligarchs.
G-H-S. One second.
It means rich people in Russia, ma'am. Oligarchs means rich people in Russia.
Yes, the ruler in an oligarchy. Okay. Very nice, very nice. Absolutely correct, Shailendra. Bilkul sahi. Okay. You're absolutely correct. The oligarchs are, what did you say, the sentence?
The oligarchs are sanctioned by the Western countries.
Bilkul sahi. Absolutely correct. You have got the point, right?
Okay.
Very good sentence. I also got to learn something new. Very nice. So I hope rule number 13 is clear to everyone then. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
कोई doubt है तो please ask, guys. Anyone, if you have doubts, please ask.
According to Shailendra's sentence, so we can even use in this way, the minority are always to be preserved.
No, then it will become the minority is always to be preserved. Why, you see, Raji? If I say minority, it is working as a collective noun. Okay.
Okay.
The honest and the poor is not working as a collective noun.
Yes, but yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So वो नहीं होगा.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Do anyone else have any questions?
Ma'am, in Shailendra's
I understood, ma'am.
Okay, one by one. Karthik, then Abhay, then I can see Isha. Okay.
Ma'am, in Shailendra's sentence, oligarch something he said, it is not an adjective. It is a noun.
It is a noun, but it will also like, yes, it might not adhere to this rule, but it is still.
Yeah. Like the Smiths attended last night party. So if you observe the group of people we are mentioning about, here Smiths also not an adjective.
I understand. If I say the oligarchs are supported by, I don't know, whatever, right? So if we write this sentence, the oligarchs is actually a noun. You're correct, like the Indians or the Americans, right? But yes, R is correct here because this is plural. Okay.
I mentioned this point is in this 13
In
in
this
the
rule,
13th
it
point it's
doesn't
mentioned
fit.
as it should be an adjective after the.
Right. It should be an adjective. Yes, correct. Correct, Karthik. Absolutely correct. Okay. So Shailendra, it is correct, but it is a noun. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Abhay, what do you want to say? Bataiye.
No, ma'am. I understood, ma'am.
Understood. Okay, very nice.
Yes.
Yes, Isha, do you have a question?
Ma'am,
Isha can't hear you. Voice is breaking. Okay, if you can, Isha, write it in the chat box because I really couldn't hear you. Chaliye, let's come to the 14th rule. Okay, 13th rule is clear. So adjective के पहले अगर द लग रहा है तो हम उसको plural मानेंगे. Next, we come to the 14th rule. That is when an infinitive or gerund is used as a subject. या तो infinitive या gerund अगर subject की तरह use किया जा रहा है, then the verb should always be in the singular form. तो फिर हमारा verb singular form में होगा. Okay? Simple example है देखिए, to err is human. Err का मतलब होता है to error, to mistake, to make mistakes. Okay? So to err is human. Again, to err is an infinitive. इसीलिए उसके बाद हम is लगा रहे हैं, singular verb लगा रहे हैं. To cry is not the solution to all the problems. Okay, ये question मैंने देखा. To cry is not the solution to all your problems. So again, to cry हमारा infinitive है, उसके बाद is लग रहा है. Okay, singular. Similarly, gerund अगर लगाएंगे subject की जगह पर, तो वो भी singular की तरह काम करेगा. Reading is the best hobby. Gardening is the best exercise. Right? So on and so forth. So reading subject है, gerund है, singular की तरह काम कर रहा है. So हमारा verb भी singular की तरह काम कर रहा है. Okay. Yes, Reena, what question do you have? बताइए.
I have a doubt. To error, that is a noun. We can call it as a noun.
Yes, of course. It is an infinitive. Infinitive. Remember, infinitive matlab to do, to eat, to sleep, to go, right? To plus the base form of the verb. So,
That is a noun.
yes.
Yes.
So infinitives can work as nouns and nouns can work as subjects. So an infinitive can definitely work as a subject. Here it is working as a subject. Understood, Reena?
Yes, ma'am.
And whenever infinitives and gerunds are working as subjects, हमारा जो verb होगा वो singular में होगा, क्योंकि ये infinitive और gerund को हम singular की तरह treat करते हैं. All right. Clear,
Yes,
guys? Rule number 14. बताइए.
Ma'am,
Yes,
to
Reena, बताइए.
to err is human means मनुष्य गलती करने के लिए है.
नहीं,
मनुष्य
गलतियां मनुष्य की what to say, गलतियां ही हमें मनुष्य बनाती है, kind of like that. It is human nature. ये human nature है कि हम गलती करेंगे. Okay?
Okay.
Obviously अगर हम भगवान होते तो हम गलती नहीं करते, हम इंसान है इसीलिए हम गलती कर रहे हैं. That is kind of the meaning of this sentence. All right, Reena?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, बताइए, do you have a question?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this sentence always make in present tense.
Pardon?
Ma'am, this kind of sentences always made in present tense.
No, not really. You can also say like gardening was his first job. Gardening was his first job. So there also gardening is used as a gerund, but was लगा रहे हैं, past लगा रहे हैं. Okay, Z.
Okay, ma'am.
You can say gardening demands a lot of physical labor. So there also. Okay.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So I hope 14th rule is clear. बताइए guys, any questions, any doubts?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Yes, Deepak, do you have a question? Okay, चलिए. So we come to the 15th rule, right? So 15th rule में क्या बोला जा रहा है देखिए. When the subject is accompanied by a number of, it becomes plural. But when the subject is accompanied by the number of, it becomes singular. एक ही subject है, समझने की कोशिश कीजिए, एक ही subject है, उसके पहले अगर हम a number of लगाएंगे वो plural बन जाएगा. अगर उस सब्जेक्ट के पहले हम द नंबर ऑफ लगाएंगे वो सिंगुलर बन जाएगा। कैसे? लेट्स लुक एट द एग्जांपल्स। सो यहाँ पर हमारा सेम नाउन है, देखिए स्टूडेंट्स, स्टूडेंट्स, दोनों सेंटेंसेस में सेम नाउन है स्टूडेंट्स। यहाँ पर स्टूडेंट्स का जो सब्जेक्ट है वो कैसे बन रहा है? अ नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, ये बन गया प्लूरल। अ नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स आर एब्सेंट टुडे, सो वर्ब हमारा प्लूरल है क्योंकि सब्जेक्ट को हम प्लूरल की तरह ट्रीट कर रहे हैं। सो अ नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स आर एब्सेंट टुडे। बट जैसे ये द नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट लिख देंगे वो बन जाएगा सिंगुलर। कैसे? द नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स इज अननोन टू अस, सो ये बन गया हमारा सिंगुलर। द नंबर ऑफ लग गया स्टूडेंट से पहले, नाउन से पहले, सो हमारा सब्जेक्ट बन गया सिंगुलर, हमारा वर्ब भी बन गया सिंगुलर। सो द नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स इज अननोन टू अस। A number of people attended the party. A number of people, a number of people attend the party. Right? So plural है हमारा attend the party. Singular कैसे बनेगा? The number of people is unknown to us, or the number of people who attended the party is not clear. Okay? Or is very high. Okay? So वहां पे वो बन गया singular. क्यों? क्योंकि वहां पे the number of लगा रहे हैं a number of की जगह पे। Is this clear, guys? Rule number 15. बताइए।
Ma'am, but do we use a number of, like in spoken English, a number of students?
Yes, yes, we can say. This is a bad example. ये तो सिर्फ grammatical उसके लिए है. If you want to use it in proper context, you can say there are a number of ways in which we can solve this puzzle. Or there are a number of ways to achieve success. Which path you walk on is your own morality or based on your morality. Understood, Raji?
Yes, like if I say the number of people staying in this apartment is unknown to us.
Yes.
Is it correct?
Absolutely. Staying in this apartment becomes our parenthetical phrase, right? जिसकी जरूरत नहीं है. Understood, Raji?
Okay.
So we
Okay,
can
ma'am.
take it out. It is giving extra information. But yes, absolutely correct sentence. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Z बताइए.
Ma'am, this rule is all only become for a number of.
Yes, a number of and the number of. सेम सब्जेक्ट रहेगा, अगर उसके पहले a number of लगा देंगे वो बन गया हमारा प्लूरल, अगर उसके पहले हम the number of लगा देंगे वो बन गया हमारा सिंगुलर. ओके जी?
That means this rule is become only for number of.
Number of, exactly.
Okay.
Number of हमारा सब्जेक्ट नहीं है. ओके जी? Number of is not the noun of the subject. What is the noun? Students हमारा सब्जेक्ट है. ओके?
Okay, ma'am.
अंडरस्टूड जी? ये जो है a number of students, ये पूरा का पूरा हमारा सब्जेक्ट है, बट स्टूडेंट्स इज द नाउन ऑफ द सब्जेक्ट. ओके, नाउन है ये.
But we change students with other words, but number
Yes,
of
any noun you can use. A number of people, a number of paths, anything. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Ma'am, one example.
Yes, Raji, बताइए.
There are still number of problems which you need to solve. Okay, here the subject is change, ma'am, which you need to solve. Here I can't apply this rule.
No, बिल्कुल लगा सकते हैं. You have correctly made the sentence. There are a number of problems that you need to solve. Okay, there are a number of problems. Remember हमने rule बोला था there is a dummy pronoun. So
Yes,
उसको
ma'am.
हटाएंगे, वो subject नहीं है. are हमारा verb है, उसके बाद subject आ रहा है. That is a number of problems. Okay.
Okay, but here the subject will be you, which you need to solve.
That you need to solve.
Yes.
You need to solve a number of problems. Yes, but यहाँ पे I think it is getting divided into two different clauses. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Raji,
Yes, ma'am.
so इसीलिए वो affecting it is being affected by that. There are a number of problems that I need to solve. There are a number of problems that he needs to solve. Okay, yes. वो he, वो I, वो need या needs को affect कर रहा है. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, Reena, बताइए. Do you have a question?
Ma'am, here is this in this example, a number of students are absent today.
Yes.
What is the meaning of this in Hindi?
बहुत सारे students आज absent हैं. Okay, when we say a number of people, a number of students, a number of things, इसका मतलब होता है बहुत सारा. Okay, Reena?
Yes, and the number of students are absent today. We cannot say.
The number of students is unknown to us. मतलब कितने students आए थे या कितने students है ये हमें नहीं पता है. Okay, meaning बिल्कुल अलग है. All right, Reena. For example, अगर मैं बोलूँ a number of, there are a number of ways in which we can cook paratha. Okay, so इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि बहुत सारे तरीके हैं पराठे बनाने के. Okay, और एक सेंटेंस हो सकता है कि the number of ways in which paratha is cooked is unknown to me. मतलब जितने तरीकों से बनाते हैं वो मुझे नहीं पता है. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
clear, Reena?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Raji, बताइए.
A number of students have not paid the fees.
Yes, correct.
And okay, and the number of student has not paid the fees. If I use
doesn't make sense. The number of students का मतलब नहीं है कि बहुत सारे students. The number of students मतलब होता है कि कितने सारे students हैं. You are trying to give them a number. Okay, when I say the number of students who have not paid their fees is very high, मतलब जितने लोगों ने फीस नहीं दिया है, जितने स्टूडेंट्स ने फीस नहीं दिया है, उनका नंबर बहुत हाई है. You understand, Raji, the difference in meaning?
The number of students, why can't we use, ma'am? No, I didn't get that.
Okay, one second. One second, okay, let me write. A number of students did not pay their fees. And
Ma'am, have not paid.
oh, sorry. Yes. Haven't paid their fees. The number.
And fees or fee?
फीस होगा ना, नहीं होता है.
Fees, yeah, ma'am, I know, but fee is a singular and fees is the plural.
Plural, right? Yes, एक बार check कीजिए शैलेंद्र. The number of students.
Ma'am, I understood why.
बताइए. Yes, कार्तिक.
Ma'am, actually, a number of students means we don't know who didn't pay. Like,
Yes.
means if there are 100 students, if some student didn't pay the fees, means we are not sure which student.
Yes, the number is not given.
Then we.
Right?
Okay,
And
in
here,
short, we
the
can
means
say
it is
correct.
specific.
Yes.
That logic is correct,
That means
Karthik. Like
specific.
a number of students means बहुत सारे students, and the number of students means you know the specific number.
Exactly. Exactly.
Specific.
Yes, absolutely correct. So when we are saying a number of students,
We are using as a collective noun.
yes, exactly, we are. So a number of students का मतलब हो रहा है कि बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जिन्होंने फीस नहीं पेमेंट किया है. ओके, हिंदी में ये होता है बहुत सारे. अ नंबर ऑफ मतलब बहुत सारे ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स हैं, टीचर्स हैं, जो भी आप लगाना चाहे उसके साथ नाम. बट जो सेकंड एग्जांपल है द नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, इसका मतलब होता है कि जितने स्टूडेंट्स ने फी नहीं पे किया है, जितने स्टूडेंट्स ने फी नहीं पे किया है, जितने नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स ने फी नहीं पे किया है वो बहुत हाई है. Okay, so we are talking about a particular amount of students, a particular number of students. Understood, Raji and Reena as well?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear.
Yes. I think Shweta has a question. Yes, Shweta?
Ma'am, I have a question like why we did not put did not, like a number of students did not pay their fees.
That is also correct. Okay, that is also correct. See, Shweta, did not लगाते तो वो past हो जाता, और have not लगाए हैं तो ये बन गया हमारा present perfect tense. Okay, यहाँ पर have not मैंने इसलिए लगाया ताकि मैं rule explain कर सकूं, क्योंकि past में तो हम क्या बोलूं, singular plural देखते नहीं है, सबके लिए same होता है tense verb. Understood, Shweta?
Yes, ma'am. I
वो भी correct है. That is also correct. वो बस past tense में है, simple past में है. ये हमारा उसमें है, present perfect में है. So I hope this rule is clear, guys. बताइए, any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question.
Yes, Manju, बताइए.
Ma'am, you wrote a sentence, a number of students. Students, you told us student is our subject. What is the we relate of a number?
A number of फिर क्या है? If student is the
Adjective.
subject. No, you see what happens is student is the noun here. Okay. पूरा का पूरा a number of से लेकर students तक, this entire thing is the subject. Okay. We consider this entire thing to be the subject. Yes.
Quantifier.
Yes, yes. Karthik, particle.
Quantifier.
Quantifier, right? Determiner, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So this is
Thank
the
you,
noun,
Pratik.
but the entire thing along with a number of, that is considered as the subject. Okay.
Then why did not we use single students? Students have not paid their fees.
If I say students have not paid their fees, इसका मतलब होता है कि सारे के सारे students. Okay. So it would be again the students have not paid their fees. सारे के सारे. But if I say a number of students have not paid their fees, it means कि बहुत सारे students ने अभी तक fee नहीं दिया है. बहुत सारे. But if I say the number of students who did not pay their fees is very high, मतलब जितने लोगों ने fee नहीं दिया है, जितने students ने fee नहीं दिया है, उनका number बहुत high है. Okay, उनकी amount बहुत high है. Understood, Manju?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Thank you, thank you.
Yes. Any other question, guys? I hope this rule is clear. 15th one, कोई doubt नहीं रहना चाहिए.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, चलिए, very nice. So then, yes, Reena, do you have a question?
No, ma'am. I got it, ma'am.
Okay, very nice, very nice. So we come to the 16th rule then. चलिए. So 16th rule में हम discuss करेंगे none. So if you guys remember, all right, I wanted to show you guys one more thing before we move on to this. One more thing, 1 second, okay? We discussed this rule yesterday in class that some countable nouns in English such as earrings, earnings, goods, odds, surroundings, pants, ये सब हमारे हमेशा plural form में use होते हैं. इनका कभी भी हम singular form use ही नहीं करते हैं English language में. Okay, we discussed this and we said that they will always work as plural. So please take another screenshot of this because I have added 2 more words here, tweezers and pants. Right? 2 और words मैंने add किए हैं यहाँ पे. Please take a note of this. Yes, Gautam, do you have a question?
Ma'am, I have a sentence. Just check it is correct or not. A million of years, scientists were not able to research why airplane got crashed in Bermuda Triangle.
For a million years. Okay.
What, ma'am?
What did you say? What was the beginning?
A number of years, scientists were not able to research why plane got crashed in Bermuda Triangle.
That is correct, Gautam. That is absolutely correct. You just have to add a for at the beginning. For a number of years, scientists have not been able to, or something. For a number of years, scientists were not able to, whatever you are saying. Okay, Gautam?
Why, ma'am, we have to use for in beginning?
Because it is the preposition, right? 1 second, let me write. For a number of years, scientists have not been able to, जो भी है आपका, right? I'm just writing this much. So यहाँ पर देखिए, when I say for a number of years, this is not the subject of the sentence. Okay, Gautam, scientists is the subject of the sentence. For a number of years, क्या है हमारा? Anyone? Yes.
Duration of time.
Yes, it is giving the duration of time is absolutely correct, but it is a part of speech, right? Yes, Raji?
Prepositional phrase.
Prepositional phrase.
Yeah.
Ma'am, it is a adverb phrase, I think.
Yes, it is an adverb phrase. Okay. It is an adverb phrase. Why? Because it is giving us an idea of for how many years the work was not done. The action was not happening. Okay, so
Okay,
anything
okay,
that
ma'am.
gives us information about the action becomes our adverbial phrase. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
For example, I have been studying for 5 years. For 5 years becomes our adverbial phrase. Okay. Gautam, is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Chaliye, nice. So let's come back to our discussion. So as I was saying, so yahan pe I have added 2 more words. You can take a note of this. And another thing, रूल ऑफ प्रॉक्सिमिटी जो हमने सीखा था कल, उसमें आपको एक चीज और ध्यान रखना है, आइदर और एंड नाइदर नॉर इज ऑल्सो इंक्लूडेड, और इंक्लूडेड नहीं बोलते हैं, what happened? Also follow this rule. Okay, so either or neither nor जो है, ये भी इस रूल ऑफ प्रॉक्सिमिटी को फॉलो करते हैं कि इनके पास में जो होगा, नॉर के पास में जो होगा, और के पास में जो होगा, वो उसका what to say, the verb will take the subject form of that, the plurality of that subject. Okay, so for example, if I write an example here, either my parents or I am to blame. Either my parents or I am to blame. क्या बोला जा रहा है देखिए, ओके, सो क्या बोला जा रहा है देखिए यहाँ पर, either my parents or I am to blame. So we can see that there are 2 subjects, my parents and I. But जो verb के पास है, जो verb के एकदम करीब है, हम उसी को verb के साथ agree करवाएंगे. So am किसके साथ agree कर रहा है? I के साथ agree कर रहा है. Why? Because I is closer to the verb, that is am. Is this clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Same example होगा, neither my parents nor am I to blame. Okay, वहां पे am पहले आ जाएगा I के. That's it. Alright, so this is another thing that you should take note of. चाहे तो आप screenshot ले सकते हैं.
Can we say
Yes.
either my parents or I is to blame?
Yes, yes. No, either my parents or I is to blame. No, I am. I am. You have to agree the verb with I. You have to agree the verb to the nearest subject. Okay, Karthik?
Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes.
how many classes have been passing away related to this topic?
How many classes have been done? I think 2 classes.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, see, 2 classes. The last 2 classes in the morning.
That means Sunday and Friday?
No. 3 classes. See. Sunday
3 classes, ma'am.
classes इसी के ऊपर हुए हैं. Okay, 2
3
classes.
classes.
Yes, 3 classes. So Sunday 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. we did this, and I think Friday morning 11 class we did this. Okay, Z.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the 4th class, ma'am.
4 classes abhi?
Yeah, this
including this 4 classes. Yes, including this 4 classes. Absolutely correct. Okay, so let's come back. So we were discussing this, and what did I want to show? Yes, this rule. So we have discussed about this rule, guys, where we talked about words like, indefinite pronouns like each, each one, either, neither, everybody, everyone, anyone, anybody. So we have learned that we treat all of these indefinite pronouns as singular. इनको हम singular की तरह treat करते हैं, right? Keep this in mind because this will be useful in the next rule, that is the 16th rule. So none is also an indefinite pronoun, right? None भी हमारा indefinite pronoun है, but ये थोड़ा सा अलग तरीके से काम करता है. ये कैसे काम करता है? ये कभी-कभी singular होता है, कभी-कभी plural होता है. कैसे? None is, if none is used alone in the sentence, none को अगर अकेले use किया जाए in a sentence as the subject, it is singular, and so the auxiliary verb should be singular as well. So क्या हो रहा है? Auxiliary सिर्फ नहीं है, verb, कोई भी verb. ओके, सो अगर नन को हम अगर एक सेंटेंस में अकेले यूज कर रहे हैं तो उसके साथ जो वर्ब लगेगा वो सिंगुलर होगा. फॉर एग्जांपल, none is willing to answer the question, no one is willing to answer the question. This is the meaning of the sentence basically. Okay, so subject है none हमारा सिंगुलर की तरह ट्रीट कर रहे हैं क्योंकि ये अकेले है, और verb जो है हमारा वो भी सिंगुलर है इसी वजह से. क्लियर? However, if it is accompanied by a prepositional phrase, if it is accompanied by a prepositional phrase consisting of a plural subject, then it becomes plural. क्या बोला जा रहा है? अगर none के साथ हम एक prepositional phrase लगाएं और उसमें एक plural subject हो, तो फिर none plural बन जाता है. कैसे? None of them are willing to answer the question. None of them. None तो है ही हमारा जो noun है, सॉरी प्रोनाउन है, इनडेफिनाइट प्रोनाउन है, पर उसके साथ क्या लगा रहे हैं हम? एक प्रीपोजिशनल फ्रेज लगा रहे हैं. ऑफ देम, ऑफ हमारा प्रीपोजिशन है, देम लगा रहे हैं, प्रीपोजिशनल फ्रेज बन गया. ऑफ देम. समटाइम्स वी से नन ऑफ द पीपल, समटाइम्स वी से नन ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स, समटाइम्स वी से नन ऑफ द countries are willing to take lead or whatever, right? So you understand, whenever we are adding of उसके बाद एक और subject, वो सब्जेक्ट जो उसके बाद ऐड हो रहा है, वो नाउन या प्रोनाउन जो उसके बाद ऐड हो रहा है, देम, अगर वो प्लूरल हुआ तो हमारा वर्ब भी प्लूरल होगा. क्लियर गाइस?
Yes, ma'am.
None of the students are willing to participate, none of the teachers are present today, none of the countries are willing to compensate, none of the politicians are doing anything for the country. Okay, so on and so forth. So this is a rule that you have to remember. None अकेले है तो singular है. None के साथ अगर हम एक prepositional phrase लगा रहे हैं जिसमें plural है, noun या pronoun, तो verb plural होगा. It has to be plural. Okay, clear?
Ma'am, so the two sentences, none is interested in this project, none of them are interested in this project.
Absolutely correct. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you please make a sentence related to singular? None of any singular.
Singular, none of singular तो नहीं होता है. None of the student. I don't think that is correct. That is incorrect. Like
yes, ma'am. That's why I point out this point, because we always put plural.
None of the student. It has to be plural only. Okay, Z?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Just now I saw one example, ma'am, with none of. Like it says that none of, if it is followed by the countable noun.
Yes,
then it
I was
takes
just
singular
going to
verb.
say
But
that. Yes.
if
बताइए,
it is
बताइए,
followed by the uncountable noun, if none of is followed by uncountable noun, it takes singular verb.
Singular verb, right? Because uncountable noun
like
है तो वो singular में ही रहेगा. Okay, let me give an example.
None of the food is cooked.
Right, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So let me write. When none is followed by a prepositional phrase with a uncountable noun.
None of the milk is boiled.
Yes, yes. When none is followed by a prepositional phrase with an uncountable noun, it acts as singular followed
Ma'am, second, Karthik giving a sentence, none of boiled milk boiled.
None
What?
of the milk is boiled. None of the milk is boiled. Milk is again uncountable. Okay. None
Yes,
of the
ma'am.
sugar is touched. Okay.
मैम मैम इसका हिंदी क्या है? None of the milk is boiled.
None of the milk
किसी
is
ने
boiled मतलब
किसी ने दूध नहीं उबाला है?
नहीं, बिल्कुल भी थोड़ा सा भी दूध नहीं उबाला गया है, बिल्कुल भी दूध नहीं उबाला गया है.
Okay, right, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so you see, this is basically something that you have to remember. When none is followed by a prepositional phrase with an uncountable noun, it acts as a singular subject and is followed by a singular verb. So uncountable noun क्या है हमारा? Food है. None के बाद follow हो रहा है prepositional phrase में of the food, right? So ये क्या हो गया? ये subject जो है हमारा ये singular बन गया. So obviously इसका जो verb है वो भी singular होगा. Okay, clear? Z?
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, this rule I think become two rules. This sentence become two rules, like a food and the food.
A food तो हो ही नहीं सकता. Why? Because it is uncountable. Article का rule याद कीजिए. Uncountable nouns के साथ हम indefinite article नहीं लगा सकते. A या an नहीं लगा सकते. Okay? Z?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We can only use the here because we are specifically mentioning about some food.
Yes, correct. Absolutely. Yes, Manju?
None of us visited there.
None of us
visited there.
None of us visited that place. You can say that none of us hoga. So us is again a plural pronoun, right? So of course it will take plural verbs. So none of us are interested in your gossip. Okay.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. But we emphasize on subject where it is singular or plural. Am I right, ma'am?
I'm not getting it. We emphasize on subject
as a none of us means हम में से कोई भी वहाँ नहीं present हुआ, वहाँ पहुँचा नहीं means.
Right. Absolutely correct. Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So I hope rule number 16 is clear. Yes, Reena?
Ma'am, we can say none of the parliament of member are willing to answer the question.
None of the parliament members are willing to answer the question. None of the parliament members. Okay, Reena?
Okay.
Absolutely correct. Are willing to answer. Again, वो plural में होगा. Okay, Reena?
Yes, ma'am.
चलिए, so I hope this is clear. यहाँ पे let me give an example of noun. नहीं तो समझ में नहीं आएगा. None of the, let's give Reena's example. Parliament members were present. Okay. So अगर noun लगेगा तो भी वो plural में होना चाहिए. Countable plural. Okay, clear guys?
Yes,
यहाँ
ma'am.
तक clear है? No questions?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
चलिए. Yes. Who is this?
Can't we say none of the parliament members?
No, we cannot. It has to be an uncountable noun. अगर आपको singular में लगाना है. Okay, Shailendra?
Okay.
It has to be a singular. Sorry, it has to be an uncountable noun. अगर none of के बाद आपको उसको लगाना है singular में, and it has to be a countable plural noun. अगर none of के बाद लगाना है आपको. Understood?
Okay.
Yes, Gautam बताइए. Okay, Abhay, do you have a question?
No, ma'am. Got it, ma'am.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. Chaliye, then we come to the next rule. This is the last rule, right? When a noun is preceded by a pair of, अगर एक noun है जिसके पहले a pair of लगा रहे हैं और उसको subject बना रहे हैं, then it becomes a singular subject. So the verb should be singular in this sentence. In the sentence. बहुत ही simple rule है. अगर आपका subject है जिसमें एक noun है उससे पहले a pair of लगाया गया है, like a pair of scissors was used to cut the rope. So a pair of scissors हमारा noun है, उससे पहले a pair of लगाया गया है. So हमारा जो subject है पूरा का पूरा, इसको हम singular की तरह treat करेंगे, subject को singular की तरह. So verb भी हमारा singular बनेगा.
कुछ काम करेगा.
Please mute yourself. Thank you. चलिए, so जो verb है वो भी singular की तरह काम करेगा. Okay. Yes, Dipali.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Sorry. Yes. Anyone else has any questions? Yes, Raji, बताइए.
Ma'am, yes, the last one is easy. I just faced problem in none. I'll read it again. No problem.
Raji,
And
can you just wait 1 second? I will come to you. 1 second, okay? Yes, Abhay, do you have a question from this one?
Good, ma'am. Good. Easy. I understood, ma'am.
Yes, एकदम easy है. Yes. Yes, Gautam, do you have a question? I can see your hand is up.